Hey y'all, today is a day that's just pretty cool outside. Well, I say cool, it's cool to us. It's right around 60 degrees, and I thought about making a pot of chili for supper, and with that, I'm going to make some homemade cornbread. So, I wanted to show you my version of southern cornbread, starting with a cast iron skillet, and I have put about a tablespoon of bacon grease in this, and I'm going to pop it into the oven to melt this grease so that I can swirl it around in my pan. Now the ingredients for this is 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Get a bowl here. So we're going to dump the 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder that I've just used this measuring cup to store, just under a teaspoon of salt, about 3/4 of a teaspoon, 1 cup of stone ground yellow cornmeal or white cornmeal, whatever you have. This is just the plain cornmeal that's not self-rising or anything like that. Then 2 eggs, one cup of milk, regular milk. I use 2%. Some people use whole. Either is fine. And then 1/4 cup or 1/4 of a cup of shortening. Now you can use cooking oil if you want. You can use butter, but just make it around 1/4 of a cup. Now we're going to combine this for 1 minute. You don't want to overmix. Okay, now I'll take my cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron pan, you can make this in an 8x8 pan or something similar in size. Okay, this is melted, so we're just going to make sure all of the sides are coated. Okay, we're going to pour the mixture into the pan. Spread it evenly. Okay, now it's ready to go into the oven. Now my recipe card says that I'm to bake this for about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to check it at that time. And if it takes longer, then I'll let you guys know. Hello. I'm back. I know some of you are saying, uh-oh. But I'm going to show you how I make my chili. It's not world famous or anything. Now I start with 1 pound of ground hamburger meat. And I just cook it, break it up and cook it. And drain it if it needs to be drained. And then to this same pot or pan, whatever you like to cook it in, I add 1 small onion that I've chopped. And we're going to saute this until they soften up a little bit. Also, we're going to add anywhere from a half a bell pepper to a whole bell pepper, depending on how much bell pepper you actually like, because This will cook down a little bit, but you'll still be able to tell that there's bell pepper in it. And I just use green bell pepper. Saute this together until the bell pepper and the onions are a little bit softer. Here's where I like to add a little black pepper. And y'all know me, garlic powder. Don't be shy. Okay, once you have the seasonings that you like, you can give this a stir and let it cook for a couple more minutes. Okay, once you have the seasonings that you like in here, I like garlic powder and black pepper because I'm going to be using a packet of chili seasoning mix also in mine. I don't add any extra salt because the chili seasoning packet has salt in it. You don't want to overdo that. I'm going to add the chili seasoning packet. Then I just fill the packet with water and pour that in. That seems to help spread the seasoning mix around. Okay, and then to this, I add 1 can of chili beans. Now, my mama used to use kidney beans, but I like these. They have spices in them also. And then 1 large can of tomato sauce. This is a 29-ounce can of just tomato sauce. And then I add a half a can of water because I'm going to be letting this simmer most of the afternoon. Now, if you're in a hurry, you don't have to let this simmer. But really and truly, at this point, it is done. The only thing you need to do is give it a quick boil to make sure the beans have softened up a little bit. The longer you cook it, the more flavor it seems to have. But other than that, that is my homemade chili. And as soon as I let it cook for a little while, I'll dip some up and let you see what it looks like in the bowl. And maybe by then our cornbread will be ready. I almost forgot to tell y'all. Another thing that I like to do is add a little hot sauce. Whatever brand you like. I keep switching up. But just add a little bit in here if you want a little spiciness to it. Or, you know, if you have really small children, then, you know, you can cook it up and then add the hot sauce, you know, to your own bowl. Okay, after 15 minutes, our cornbread is ready. We're just going to add some butter to the top. If you want the top a little more brown, you could just put it under broil. And I think I do. Put it under broil until the top is golden brown. I like to add butter. And you'll know when this is done. If you can pat it with a spoon and it's firm in the middle, then it's ready. Okay, I broiled that for just a moment to add a little brown to the top. And it's ready. It took 15 minutes to bake completely. Now we're going to dip some of this cornbread and chili into a bowl and see how it looks. Here's the chili. Oh, that looks delicious. Smells so good. Just Just going to cut a piece of this cornbread here. Well, we'll take one for the team and just pull this one out and let it tear up. Perfect. Smells so yummy. And there we have it. Homemade cornbread and homemade chili. I hope you enjoy this recipe along with all of the others that I share. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos when you have time. Thank y'all so much for watching and have a good day. This is so delicious.